Hey everybody, welcome to Learn Something Saturday. Today we're going to be reacting to a grapefruit-sized lipoma on the back of a guy's neck from Dr. Pimple Popper. She posted a part 2. Part 1 was kind of an introduction, but part 2 was kind of a reintroduction to part 1, and then again it shows how she solves it. So let's learn something new. Hope you enjoy. Wow.
Started very little and just right in the middle of it, and then it just started growing and growing, huh? It's pretty firm. I don't know if it's a lipoma or a cyst, and I feel a little depression right here. So what I think what we'll do, thank you, is I think what we should do first.
So right off the bat, I would say that's definitely bigger than a grapefruit, but I guess it depends on the size of the grapefruit that you have. But yeah, I can't imagine how uncomfortable that would be. On the back of your neck, it'd be hard to wear a coat or a shirt or something like that. You'd have something to cover it. It would be so inconvenient for wearing and going out in public, and I can't imagine just this guy's mental state of looking at it and how he deals with it, staying strong. It takes a lot. So here it shows pictures of what she did. It looks like she initially popped it. Yeah, and she puts little markers on the bottom, obviously for what she wants to remove and cut around. For this next part, viewer discretion is advised. If you see this and you get a light stomach, or you get sick easy, wouldn't watch it. Viewer discretion, of course, is advised. I might just show the pictures actually to be safe, of like a before and after kind of thing, or skip to this part right down here if you do have a weak stomach.
Thing for you now. Make sure I'm not hurting you ever. Great.
The thing is massive. After the punch biopsy, I now know that there's a solid mass under there. Okay, she has some closed captions underneath. Man, I wonder how much that weighs. I wonder if she's gonna tell us. Because I've seen stuff like this where Dr. Pimple Popper specifically, a guy had one on his shoulder and it was massive and she removed it, and I believe she said how much she took out here.
Okay, it seems so small compared to this now. You're doing fantastic. Make sure I'm never hurting you, like I said.
I'm okay.
I'll ask you that a million times.
A little more for cutting into it. A little more for, looks like frying the cells. She says it's important for me to see under if I use anything sharp to cut there. Sure, obviously you don't want to nick something that may be important, or even something that's attached, like a vein or something, I'm sure is what she's getting at. She doesn't want to cut anything that doesn't need to come out and that should be in there, like something that goes down the back of his neck. Yeah, he might have a vein or something. Wow. So I wonder now if she would send this guy to a plastic surgeon to help fix the excess skin, or if she'll do that herself. and just perform some sutures.
Okay. It's gone. Oh, it's the hard part though. What are we gonna do? You have all this extra skin. The reason that it's kind of like this like clear here is just because there's a lot of fluid that's like tumescent in it, so it just makes it that clear color. Nothing like that. I think people have asked that before. So we have all this extra skin here. So this is the part that I've been thinking about.
That's what I was talking about. If she'd send him to a plastic surgeon to fix it, or she would do it herself and just cut it and then close it up.
So glad that popped out. What was that? Now it's only 9:15. I'm gonna try to see if we can't take this out and leave it as, I'm putting the numbing on the surface of your skin. I'm gonna do a O to an H, guys, or like an A to A. I'm gonna try to like just take off this extra skin.
What she calls a trapdoor flap. Stay tuned for part 3 to see the entire surgical repair.
That's why I was trying to think about, should I draw that beforehand?
It is a lot of excess skin, obviously, with a big removal of a lipoma like that. All right, so she said next Friday. I wonder if it's out right now. I will see. So part 3 is not posted yet, but she has posted part 1 and 2, which I will link in the description if you want to watch it for yourself, of course, and see the entire process. I only put clips up there in the corner. So if you do want to see more, you can go check those out for yourself in the description. All credit goes to Dr. Pimple Popper. Me just reacting to it, I'm a pre-med student, so I wanted to learn something new. Hopefully you guys learned something new. After a little bit of research, I found that the majority of lipomas are 1 to 3 centimeters across, and this one was definitely larger, between 10 and 20. And it said online, at least, if that's a reliable source, of course, that 10 and 20 centimeter across lipomas can weigh between 4 and 5 kilograms, which would be, this one I'm guessing would be about 9 pounds in that case, which is absolutely insane. And then of course the excess skin would weigh as well. So after the removal of that, you're talking about taking off maybe 9.5 pounds of your body, which is something that you carried around for so long. And then you're gonna be able to turn, like you'll be able to wear clothes normally. But yeah, it sure takes a lot of time for those kind of things to develop and get that big. I think it's kind of crazy, of course, that this patient wouldn't go see the doctor beforehand, and of course it costs a lot of money. So I guess it would make sense if your insurance doesn't cover it, or if you don't have the funds, if your insurance doesn't cover it yourself to pay for it, that you would just obviously wait until it gets so bad where you can't live your life the same, which makes sense to me. And it's terrible that some people have to deal with that kind of thing where they don't have the funds, but something that they might need is necessary. This kind of procedure, of course, would be necessary because this guy can't live his life the same, which I just think is crazy to think about. But being a pre-med student myself, I'm looking either at dermatology, plastics, or anesthetics. So all those 3 interest me, but of course I gotta get through college and I gotta get into a program first and study for the MCAT and see how all that goes before I decide what I wanna go into, because of course I have multiple years to think about that. 5 or 6 is when I wanna decide about, by my sophomore year of med school, if I'm there, what I want to kind of focus in on. And yeah, so I have a lot of time to decide, but stuff like this is super interesting to me, and I will sure watch more of this. I will also watch Dr. Anthony Yoon, I believe, who's the America's Holistic Plastic Surgeon. He works out of near Detroit, Michigan, but he does a lot of procedures like this where it's either removing excess skin or doing tummy tucks or breast implants, or he also reacts to botched, which I've seen a couple episodes of, which is people who go to these plastic surgeons who are really good, who saw not so good plastic surgeons beforehand and had problems with their procedure, and it kind of goes about how their story and how these plastic surgeons are able to either fix it or not able to fix it and simply do something small to make it better but not fix it as a whole. So thank you all for joining me on this Learn Something New Saturday. I hope you all did learn something new. If you do want to see more reactions, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I will do more of these, and I will see you all next time.